very similar to any other kind of job that you're interviewing for, where we have something that we've taught to Kappa Leaguers called the elevator pitch.
Mm-hmm.
The elevator pitch is basically think of the company that you would like to work for, and one day you walk in and the president of that company is getting on the elevator with you, and you got his undivided attention from the first floor to the 15th floor. What are you going to say to him to convince him that he's supposed to, want you to work for his company?
Wow.
And so from that perspective, it's kind of the same thing. You got to know who you are. You got to know always what it is that company wants. And then how can you help them to get what they want? So who just came on with the beats? Is that you, Brother Burnett?
Yeah, that was me. That was me.
Welcome, Brother Burnett. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. How you doing?
I'm doing good. We're gonna get started in just a second. For all that don't know, Brother Burnett is our National Guide Right Chairman for Guide Right.
Yeah.
He's our national director.
That's good.
So
It's
glad
good
to have you
here. I guess I got a little concerned. I got on and Brother Jones is talking. I was like, maybe I'm way late. I was just you up in the chat room. I'm like, maybe I'm way late for this deal.
Well,
anyway,
I like to dive right in.
Good to see you young men. So.
The most hydrogen peroxide in whitening toothpaste, so your smile can turn back into its whiter and brighter self. That's all the way back to when we thought auto-tune was amazing. Good times. Remove years of yellow stains with Colgate Optic White Renewal.
I don't know who that is. It's playing the music in the background. Can you mute yourself? Thank you.
Brother Jones, we need to catch up. Maybe we can catch up on Tuesday.
That'd be great.
All right.
That'd be great. Always got time for you, my brother. I mean, how's football season going down there, Brother Burnett?
Why did I?
Everything's going.
Because I thought I had forgot it.
Just busy, but hey, I'm running, but that's all good.
Okay.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
I heard that.
It's got to be really something special for me to be on here with my Chiefs about to come on TV.
Oh yeah.
So as soon as this is done, I'm gonna take off this Kappa shirt and I'll put on this shirt.
Come on now.
I love the Chiefs too. I'm with you on that one.
I've been, except for this year when I decided not to go, my family's been a season ticket holder since 1965. So, we're I'm gonna enjoy being a champion as long as we're gonna be a champion. So,
Steelers got something to say about that coming real soon.
Yeah, they got something to say. That's all they're gonna have is something to say.
Outside. Is it already on? The light already on? It might be.
Still letting folks in. We're going to get ready to get started. Just a little history on the GTA Kappa League. We began our Kappa League here in the Golden Triangle area in 2014. We started out with about 8 members, Kappa Leaguers, and about 2 advisors. And to this date, we're up to 7 different schools and over 100 Kappa Leaguers.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've been moving along and we've been growing. So one of the things that we had not touched yet was Kappa League TV. So that's why one of the reasons why we wanted to make sure we got you on, just kind of give us an idea on what it's about and how to get started with that.
Okay.
We have our Kappa Leaguers pretty much going to lead the way for us, and we have a prayer by Chris. Chris, you on?
Yes, sir.
There he is. Go ahead, Chris.
Hi, my name is Christopher. I am Vice President of Westlands Kappa League, and I'll be doing the prayer. So everybody bow their heads. God, I thank you for this day. Thank you for allowing us to breathe breath in our body. God, I ask that you allow this meeting to go successfully in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Michael Henderson, you on?
Yes, I'm right here.
All right, go ahead, give us a welcome.
My name is Jamaica Henderson, and I am a senior at West Point High School and the president of West Point Kappa League. On behalf of the GTA Kappa League, we welcome you to our Kappa League Zoom business meeting. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael. As you all know by now, we have John Marshall Jones on this Zoom meeting. And first of all, I want to again thank you for accepting our request to participate with us and leading this this information on. Just to give everybody else a little background on Mr. John Marshall Jones. Well, first of all, I'd like to say, when I asked him for his bio, I was wondering how he was going to get all of the acclamations and everything that he's done throughout the years on one sheet of paper.
Hey, man. How you doing?
And he's still there's a lot.
I'm good. I'm good.
Amy, you summed it up pretty good, but there's a whole lot of stuff that's missing.
We got
here.
a empty
Somebody
unit
talking
oil
in the background?
that we're gonna get tonight. They're gonna set out 38 cars.
Okay, the old train is gonna sit at 38.
No, I'm sorry.
Mr. Law, you're mute your line,
Oh, I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Law.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. All right.
So just to sum it up a little bit, I'm just gonna give you just a little bit of his bio. He's a critically acclaimed television, film, and stage actor. Again, his name is John Marshall Jones, also known as JJ. Currently stars as Nelson Bradford in the upcoming For All Mankind on Apple TV Plus, Uncle Ronnie on Paradise Lost on Paramount, 50 States of Terror as Andy on Quibi. Jones is also co-executive producer and star as Smitty of the Bounce TV hit comedy In the Cut. Jones has a recurring role on Big Little Lies starring Nicole Kidman and Meryl Streep, 911 starring Angela Bassett, on SWAT starring Shamar Moore and Grace and Frankie, starring Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin, and The Morning Show, starring Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon, and also has been seen as Malcolm Peters on the ABC drama Grand Hotel, as special guest Jay Griffin on Amazon's hit police procedural series Bosch, and as Sheriff Brown on USA TV's original drama series Shooter. If that wasn't enough, Jones recently executive produced and is starring in the critically acclaimed feature film The Last Revolutionary by NAACP award-winning playwright Levi Lee Simmons, currently recently released on Amazon. Soundtrack by multiple Grammy Award nominee and Lady of Soul Award winner, jazz artist, late Jerry Allen. Jones is presently the national spokesperson for the Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Guide-Right Mentorship Program, the oldest and most successful African-American male mentorship program in the U.S. history. He is a member of the Los Angeles Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Originally from Detroit, Michigan, Jones received his BA in the theater arts from the Northwestern University. After graduation, he moved to Chicago and began his career in entertainment with the Second City Theater, touring all over the United States and Canada. Best known for his role as Floyd Henderson, the loving father from the 90s hit show Smart Guy. John Marshall Jones has worked with such stars as Oscar winner Sean Penn, Helen Hunt, Jamie Foxx, Forrest Whitaker, Robin Williams, and Steve Martin. Jones graced our screens with other 5 television series, 20 featured films, has made over 200 television episode appearances, and recently appeared on Big Little Lies, The Morning Show, Grand Hotel, Grace and Frankie, Bosch, Shooter, In the Cut, 911, SWAT, The Fosters, Criminal Minds, Rectify, Bones, NCIS, The Mentalist, Shameless, Glee, Pretty Little Liars. JJ's motto is, it is impossible to do something every day for your dream and not have it turn into nothing. Work hard, stay focused, and believe in yourself. There is no better investment than the one you make, turning your dreams into your reality. JJ's goal is the success of our next generation will be determined by the value that we place on their education and the access that we provide for them to get it. At Kappa League, we are committed to getting 140,000 young people into college by 2032. Add value and access to determination, and you have written the recipe for success. It is my honor and my pleasure to introduce you, Mr. John Marshall Jones.
Okay, y'all can hold on to all the applause. I appreciate you. Listen, Noop, thank you so much for having me here. I want to begin by recognizing our National Guide Right Director, Brother Kevin Burnett, who is on the call also. And, and just emphasizing that we all have somebody that helps us to get to a certain place. And as far as working with Guide Right and with Kappa League, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Kevin Burnett. So first off, let me say thank you to my good brother. And I also want to say thank you to the Noops in Columbia, because we're over here working hard on Kappa League TV to create a vehicle for so many things, a vehicle for creative expression, a vehicle for vocational training, a vehicle for motivational information, a vehicle for a place where kids can just come and play and have fun and see other kids doing it. And all of those things, when you put them together, become a platform for continued success for Kappa Alpha Psi and for the Kappa League program. Now, to our Kappa Leaguers, did you know that Guide-Right Kappa League is the oldest and most successful African-American male mentorship program in US history? Did you guys know that?
Yes.
Okay. You are part of history. So when you think about this, slavery ended in 1863. Kappa Alpha Psi was founded in 1911, and Guide-Right was founded in 1992. So, James Bailey, I think that's you that's making noise back there. Can you mute yourself? Thank you. So, before there was the NAACP, before there was Big Brothers Big Sisters, before there was any of those, almost every organization that you know of that's out there to help Black folks move forward, Guide-Right was there working to help young Black men like yourselves. And over time, there's been thousands, literally thousands of young men that came from where you are to where I am, that came from where you are to where your mentors are. So you have shown incredibly good judgment in getting yourself involved with Kappa League, because once you start putting yourself in position of being around successful people, then you pick up successful habits and you put yourself in position for success. We have Kappa men at every university in the country. And we have Kappa men at our HBCUs that are presidents and chancellors and heads of admissions. And we're positioned to be able to help you go as far as you want to go. So how many of you guys are thinking about college? Just raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're thinking about college. Okay, so if you're thinking about college, what better place could you be than around a group of men who have already gone to college, who are part of a brotherhood organization that has people already in place in colleges all over the country there to help you get to college? What better choice could you make? So when you see a lot of your friends that are out there and you know they're making bad choices, remember that you're not just avoiding the bad choices, but you're making good choices. And to be part of this organization, Kappa Alpha Psi, part of your Kappa League program that will give you access to be a part of Kappa Alpha Psi later on when you go to college, that will then be an organization that you'll be a part of for the rest of your life. You'll have people to call. When I wanted to buy a new car, I called one of my fraternity brothers and I said, "Hey, Noop, which of the Noops are selling cars?" They said, "Oh, Eric Felder." I called Eric. He said, "Come on in." I got the car that I wanted for the price that I wanted because I was already connected. There's 140,000 Kappa men across the country. How many places do you think we have connections? This is part of why you're here, is you are connecting yourself to an organization that's going to help you to really get to wherever it is you want to get to for your life. So I'm glad you guys are thinking about that. And I'm certainly glad that, that you could be here and spend a little time with me today. So let's talk about Kappa League TV. Kappa League TV is our YouTube channel. And the reason that we set it up is because, first, we wanted to be able to document everything we're doing. And, people are moving kind of away from books and getting more toward video documentation. So we want to document everything that we're doing for you guys so that we can let the world know what it is that's being done all over the country. And another part of it is to give you guys an opportunity to do some training on presenting yourself to people. So when you presenting yourself to the camera, one of the things that we learn is think of the camera as your friend. So you're presenting yourself actually to people. Well, how do you want them to see you, right? Because the whole world is thinking about your generation as thugs in hoodies. And what they try to do is they try to put stuff in the media that says that's who you are, so that they can prejudge you before you walk into any situation and discount whatever skills that you bring to the situation because they have prejudged you before you ever opened your mouth. So with Kappa League TV, we want to give you a tool that keeps people from prejudging you. And that's why you'll see a lot of our young men, the way that they present themselves is with a lot of dignity. And a lot of them are wearing shirts and ties and speaking intelligently to intelligent people, asking intelligent questions, getting intelligent answers. And we put that on YouTube. So what happens? You may think nobody sees it, but trust me, thousands of people are seeing this. We have over 100,000 views on our channel. We have 400 and some thousand impressions, which means it keeps popping up in front of people. And if you have 400,000 impressions and 100,000 views, that means like 1 out of every 4 people stops to watch what you're doing. So, and this goes out all over the country. So now you go to apply for college and they say, what extracurriculars are you involved in? Instead of telling them what you're doing with Kappa League, so say maybe you did a Thanksgiving turkey giveaway and you went and you delivered turkeys and food to people in the community. Well, you could write that down and tell them that, but man, how much more effective is it to give them a link that they can click and see you doing it and see you talking about the effect it has on you and the effect it has on your community. Everybody who sees that can no longer prejudge who you are because you took that away from them by showing them who you are. And that's what Kappa League TV is here for. It's here to give you a tool to be able to do that. Now, we have the Kappa League TV News, which tells the story of the different events that you guys are doing over time. We also have, we just had a Kappa League TV Fortnite tournament where kids from across the Western province competed in a video games tournament and won prizes for their chapter. We just recently did a program called Vote Your Voice Matters, where young men from all over the country created videos about the value of voting and to encourage people to get out and vote. And understand that a lot of us as adults, we didn't have this kind of introduction to politics. Politics was something that our parents did. iPhone 11, that's you, yeah, hit mute, thank you. Politics is something that our parents did, but our young men got a chance to make videos to encourage people to go out and vote. Then we posted them. Then one of the young men won a national contest, the Vote Your Voice Matters contest. He won a $1,000 scholarship. He also was introduced to a gentleman who was a big anime producer that now wants him to come to Japan and study with him at his anime studio. So, so we're creating opportunities for you to be expressive and for you to express yourself and tell the world what you're thinking and what's important to you. And all at the same time, everything I just told you, when enough people come to view Kappa League TV, YouTube begins to send advertising our way and Kappa League TV starts to generate money. And so theoretically, if we do this right, over a number of years, Kappa League TV can become popular enough that it can finance the entire Kappa League program, all from content that you guys create. So it is a business opportunity. It's a vocational training opportunity. It's an educational opportunity. It's a recreational opportunity. And it's something that's been created to give you guys a chance to express yourselves, you know, kind of in whatever way you want to, as long as you put it within the confines of that we represent ourselves as Black men with dignity. We don't have anybody with their pants hanging off their butts. We don't have nobody on here that doesn't know how to comb their hair. We don't support that. What we support is the image of young Black men as dignified young men that are on their way to elevating and creating a new level of social interchange. And when we put enough of that out there, that stuff about you guys being thugs in hoodies and you dangerous, we counteract that by letting people know who you are for real. Does that make sense? Raise your hand if that makes sense to you, what I just said. No, who's shaking his head? No, who is this? Hold on. I got you. Nehemiah, how you doing, brother? Oh, he just disappeared.
There he is.
All right. If you don't understand that, we'll take some time to talk about it. Everybody else understand? You guys, I'm looking around. Raise your hand if you understand what we're doing here. Okay. So, Vince, is it possible for you to screen share, for me to share my screen?
I believe so.
If you can allow me to screen share, and I think I can from the bottom here.
Yeah, I think I set that up.
All right.
earlier.
Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a couple of things so you can kind of understand. One of this, and this is something I don't share with people a lot, but I think it's important. This is an analytics page, and this tells you how people are viewing, and you can see there's where the traffic is coming from, who is watching you where, what the viewers' ages are, what their gender is, all that kind of stuff. The main thing is every time that we run a program for Kappa League TV, you get this kind of spike in viewership. And these spikes are from the different programs that we've put together. And so what it's saying to us is that whenever we create a new program, people all around the country come to watch. And so here are some of our programs. Let's see here. Okay, can you hear that? You guys on your end?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
Beginning.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
one of the programs that we put together was called If I Could Change America. And it was about giving you guys a chance to say why voting is important to you by putting in a framework that says, if I could change America, I would change it to this, but I can't. I'm not old enough to vote yet, but you are. And so what you're doing is you're actually using the power of your intention to move adults to do what you think is important for you. Because some people will say, well, you're too young to vote, you don't have a vote. And that's true, but you do have a voice and your voice matters. And so we want to make sure that even if you're 14 or 15 years old, that you understand that you're not voiceless in this society and you have a platform that will allow you to use your voice. So this is our Vote Your Voice Matters, one of the pieces.
If I could change America, I would give every kid equal access to a good high school education. I can't change that because I can't vote yet, but you can. Please vote.
So what they did with this video is they did a countdown from 15 days outside of the election, and they put out a new video like this every day till election day. And then they put them all together on election day, and you could see all of the young men speaking. It was really, really powerful piece. This is what I'm going to play for you now as part of that as well. This is the winner, the young man that won the scholarship. This was the video that he did, and it was backed by the grand pole mark of our fraternity. Let me share that with you. Oh, sorry.
Mark of the greatest fraternity known to man.
Kappa League TV.
I'm Reuben Shelton, grand pole mark of the greatest fraternity known to man, Kappa Alpha Psi, and you are watching Kappa League TV.
400 years ago, our enslaved ancestors were brought to this country in shackles. Their black lives didn't matter. In the 50s and 60s, our civil rights heroes were brutalized and assassinated, fighting for our equality. Now it's 2020, during a pandemic, and we're still fighting for our lives and our voices to matter. So, mail in or mask up, but by all means, vote. Your voice matters.
Thanks for watching Kappa League TV.
All right, so that was one of our young men from, I think it's from Alpharetta, Smyrna. The first video was from young men in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And then this is just, let me take a look here. I hope you guys watch or play Fortnite video games. If you do, raise your hand. All right, so this is part of our video gaming league. I'll just play a couple of minutes for you because it probably will look pretty familiar to you.
Hello. Yes.
I don't like doing TV3s.
Yeah. And I'm sorry about this, bro. You know the game plan, bro. You know I'm gonna do this.
I mean, I do know the game plan. The only thing is not counter it.
Why you always? Relax.
I'm 12 years old. Calm down.
Age ain't nothing but a number when it comes to gaming.
Whoa, okay.
Oh, can you please not shoot down?
I got double team. I got double boys.
Oh my God.
Tyro.
No, I didn't kill Tyro.
Oh, you did. Oh.
You bet not snitch. You bet not snitch, my head.
73.
He had 70. Oh my God.
Let's go.
All right, so I just wanted to give you guys an example of some of the stuff that we're doing here, which is to find programming that is fun and interesting for you guys. And that also part of what we wanted to do was because we know you're stuck inside in COVID, and believe me, I know you don't think we were ever teenagers, but we were. And being stuck inside, I know, has got to be driving you crazy. And I'm sorry it's got to be that way. But part of what we need to do as your mentors is come up with ways that you can interact socially and have some competition and have some fun without feeling like you got to go out in the streets to get it. Because right now the streets are doubly not safe with all this COVID stuff out here. So we're constantly thinking about ways that we can be more engaged with you, finding out things that you like to do. So one of the things that we're planning coming up is NBA interviews and an NBA 2K tournament. So we did our Fortnite tournament. It went really well. We had chapters reach out to us from all over the country to say, hey, can we get involved in that? Turns out that a lot of our young men like to play either NBA 2K or Madden. So we're right now in the midst of planning that next tournament so that we can provide you guys with some social and competitive interaction where you can have fun and you can interact with other people, but you don't have to go out in the streets to do it. That's part of what good mentorship is all about. So
how do we get involved with that?
You just stay in touch with me at Kappa League TV, kappaleaguetv@gmail.com. We just finished the Fortnite tournament yesterday. So, so now the next idea is how do we expand and still keep it so that we can run the tournament? So we had 10 teams. The next expansion might be 20 teams. So bringing in like one team from every province, that's one possibility. It'd be something like that. But if you stay in touch with me, Brother Davis, I'll make sure you have all the information. And, you know, like I said, my father's family is from a town called Pickens, Mississippi, which is about 20 miles from Camden, which is about 20 miles from Canton, which is not that far from Jackson. So my people in Mississippi, you get first shot up in line when something like this comes up, as long as you want to be involved.
All right.
And so that's really, that's the main thing with Kappa League TV. It's growing, it's developing. It started off with about 100 subscribers when I got hold of it a couple of years ago. Now we've got almost 7,000. When we get to 10,000, YouTube makes us an affiliate and we get access to insider YouTube tools. And when we get to 4,000 viewing hours, then YouTube starts sending advertising our way. But we don't have to wait for 4,000 viewing hours if we have content that's interesting enough. So over this past year, Pizza Hut International got involved with Kappa League TV and began to sponsor some of the things we're doing. So they sponsored this recent Fortnite tournament. And so we're getting the attention of not only brothers and Kappa Leaguers, but of corporations and universities nationwide. And we're putting an emphasis on our HBCU system. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but during this past year, one of the things that's happened is a lot of corporations do want to be socially involved, but they want to put it some place where they know they're not going to get any blowback from it. So they're putting money into our HBCU system. Netflix donated or committed $127 million to the HBCUs. There were several other corporations that came forward. So my view on it is the HBCUs are about to come up. Howard University, an HBCU, just got a top 10 basketball player, top 10 high school basketball player. He looked at University of Kentucky. He looked at Duke. He looked at Howard, and he chose to go to an HBCU because HBCUs are actually set up for you guys to be successful. HBCUs put out about 40% of all Black professionals, more Black doctors than any other college system, more Black PhDs, Black teachers and engineers and architects and accountants and dentists and anything that you want to do. Your HBCUs are right there to help you do it. And as I said, we have Kappa men at the HBCUs that are there in positions to be helpful. And we've been introduced to something called the Common Black College app. Raise your hand if you've heard about the Common Black College app. Okay. Well, if you're a junior or senior for $20, you can put in one college application and it goes out to 56 different colleges. So that instead of you having to pay $40 or $50 or $100 for an application, for each application, you pay $20 for one. And some of the schools that you'll be applying to are fantastic schools and put out a tremendous number of Black professionals. So you're not reaching down to do this, you're reaching straight across and sometimes even up. And if you're a freshman or sophomore, they actually will let you enter the Black College app, the Common Black College app, for $3. So why would this be important for a freshman to get himself on a Black College app? Why would you spend that $3? Here's why. When you put your information in the Common Black College app, along with your GPA right now, they give you access to tell you which colleges will accept you right now. And I guarantee you, there are HBCUs that are ready right now to accept what you're doing. Now, your Kappa League chapter has some academic requirements, correct, Brother Davis?
That's correct.
Okay, now what we've done is we have aligned our academic requirements with the admissions requirements of the HBCU system. So you see, as long as you do what Brother Davis and the other brothers are telling you to do, and you put yourself into the Common Black College app, you'll actually be able to see from your freshman or sophomore year a bunch of colleges that will accept you as soon as you're ready. Well, then that changes the conversation of if you're going to college to where you're going to college. And that conversation is very different. On top of that, if you can figure out where you want to go to college and you can get into college before the end of your junior year, while everybody else is spending their senior year trying to get into college, you can position yourself first in line to get the money for college. Raise your hand if that makes sense to you. If you get to the starting line before everybody else and they pull the trigger and the gun goes off and you get to start running while everybody else is still getting into the blocks waiting for their turn for the gun to shoot, well, how far ahead do you think you can get? That's what we've set up for you. That is why you came to Kappa League, because you wanted to be in the company of grown men that were going to use their network and their power to set things up to you to make it easier for you to get to where you want to get to, right? That's why you showed up. So it's our job to do that, which is something that, that we are constantly, almost daily in the work of doing to set something up, to set up a pathway that's going to eliminate a lot of those stumbling blocks that you would normally run into, that you're going to watch your friends stumble on, and they're going to have to get over it. But we're here to help you remove those from your path so that your path can be a smooth transition from high school to college, from college to after graduate life, and to become the men that you want to be. And the kind of men you want to be are probably something like the men that you're seeing in Kappa Alpha Psi, because this is an amazing group of men. The heart and the morals of this group of men, is something that you're not going to see randomly out in the world. This is something very special. So with that being said, did any of you have any questions about Kappa League TV? Anything at all? I'm open. I'm here for you.
I have a question.
Yes, sir. And what is your name?
The videos that you just showed us, they look pretty good and look pretty they look fantastic and professional. How do we get to that level? I mean, is there a certain camera they're using, or is there some training that you have to go through, or just or what?
Here's what we will do. We have a brother out of Alpharetta, Smyrna named Damon Peebles, who is a producer for CNN. And Damon is going to do at least one, but probably a series of production workshops that will teach you how to go about making your own videos. And when you come to Kappa League TV, one of the things you can do is stroll down to the how-to playlist. So we've got videos on there about how to get your chapter certified. We got videos about how to set up your own YouTube channel. We got videos about how to produce your own news reports. We have videos about all of this stuff that you can just come and view. And of course, Brother Davis, any questions that you have, you can just hit me up at kappaleaguetv@gmail.com, and I'll answer any questions that you have. And one of the things too is that once you watch the video, it gives you a template of how to set things up. Like, you know, how are you going to frame the shot when you're doing a news report? Because it's framed kind of like this, you know, there's a little space at the top. It comes down to mid-chest. The light is on my face and not lit from the background so that you can't see my face. You know, all those little things are right there in the video. And many of the videos that you'll see were shot on iPhone. So if you have an iPhone and iMac, you can actually shoot it on your iPhone. You can cut it together on your iMovie program and make professional looking videos.
I like that. It looks like you and Brother Burnett have a pretty good looking backdrop. Where do I get that?
Hold on just a moment, because I think I can upload that backdrop.
I'm soaking it out.
Yep, I believe I can do that. Let's see, KLTV. All right, so I'm going into my hard drive because now I got a whole hard drive dedicated exclusively to Kappa League TV because I was running out of space on my computer. There we go. Okay, let's put this in the chat. I'll go this to everybody. Everybody, that's y'all, right? File. Put that in. Your computer. There we go. KLTV JPEG. All right. So I just loaded this backdrop into the chat, and I would encourage every one of you to download this backdrop and use it as your Zoom backdrop. Right. So yeah, it says, let me see if I can get out of the way here. Motivated mentorship, 140,000 mentees to college by 2032, Kappa League TV. And it has the registered trademark because Kappa League's logo is a registered trademark that only we can use. So yes, you are welcome to upload this and use it as a Zoom background. And, you know, and remember when people ask you what it is you're involved in, that you are involved in the oldest and most successful African-American male mentorship program in United States history. There is nothing else that has done what we've done for as long as we've done it. And, you know, we're at almost 8,000 mentees now. And the idea is to expand and to kind of follow the model that you guys have done, which is to take our program and expand it to 14,000 kids, and then create the pathways that allow every one of those kids to get into college, and to create relationships with financing that not only help the kids get into college, but help them to stay in college after they get there. That's something that Brother Burnett and I have spoken about exclusively, and it's something that we're very much committed to. And so as you guys are moving through on that path, we're committed to being helpful to you getting there.
A question is, if I'm interested in a profession in acting or filmmaking or producing as a student, what kind of classes should I be taking now? What should I be doing to prepare myself for
Oh,
that?
okay, that's a great question. Well, the field of acting is changing very much because reality shows and independent content creators like Issa Rae, that started off on YouTube and now is on HBO with Insecure. Um, it has opened up in such a way that you need to be a multiple threat kind of person. So not only do you need to know how to act, but you also need to know how to write. You need to know how to direct. You need to know how to edit, right? And all of that comes under the umbrella of being a producer. And the reason why this is important is that until about 5 years ago or so, we didn't have places where independent producers could just create their stuff and networks could see it and would take it seriously. But once that started, the networks they're not producing as much stuff anymore because now you got to know how to produce. So, do you have classes in directing at your school? Do you have a film club? Do you have a video club? Do you have any classes that teach you how to work a camera? Do you have writing classes? So those English classes that you're doing, is it possible that you could ask your teacher, hey, I'd like to do an independent project for credit, and I'd like to start working on screenplay writing or playwriting, but just so that you get used to the discipline of what it takes to craft a story, write it down, see it as a script that you can be proud of, and hand it to other people to read out loud to represent your ideas and your craft. Do they have any classes there that have to do with video editing? So that because each of you now is doing a bit of video editing, because you got to edit for TikTok, you got to edit for Snap to some extent. So you're already learning editing skills, and now you want to take those skills and apply them to telling a story with a beginning, a middle, and an end, and a character that starts in one place, like he's totally selfish, but after he goes through what he's gone through, he learns that caring about people is the most important thing he can do. So when you're able to start telling stories that have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and you're able to shoot those stories and then cut them together in a way that makes sense, now you start to have skills that are valuable to other people as well as to yourself. So I would say find a writing class that allows you to sit down and start understanding the structure of a story and how to write it. A film or video class that not only has you shooting videos, but also has you watching well done videos, so you understand the quality of the video that you have to create, and also to take acting classes or be part of your drama club, so that you can start getting experience at getting the words out of your mouth. There are a lot of people that want to act that can't actually articulate the words. And so if you want to do NCIS or CSI or Law and Order or any of those types of television shows, they're filled with words that you have to be able to say on command 30 or 40 times so that they can get the shots. And if you can't articulate the words, you can't work in the business. So that's what I would do.
Great, thank you for that. And then just lastly, I definitely want to commend you on everything that you're doing with Kappa League. I know that you're very busy, but every time I go to a national meeting, you're there in a lot of different places. And I know that you're extremely busy. But thank you for all that you do. And I know Kevin Burnett always thanks you for everything that you do. But I want I wanted to thank you personally. 'Cause I know that I see you there, and I see you putting in the time. And I know it's a lot to take on, but I'm sure it's a labor of love.
Well, here's the truth, Noop. We're all busy, right? We all got lives that take up a tremendous amount of time. The question is, where are you going to put your focus and your priorities? And so, honestly, I'm at the point in life now where if my career continues to go up, that's great. But if this is it, if this is where I am, I've created a lifestyle that I can live. And so now, what's next? What's the next thing you do after you've reached kind of what you wanted to do? And for me, the next thing that I wanted to do is to work with Kappa League and to do something with this organization that would be generation changing. Like, when you go to a Black college now, sometimes it's 8, 9, 10 girls to every guy on campus. Well, that's great for the guys, right? But once they graduate, that means there are 10 college educated Black women to every 1 college educated Black man. And that's not a sustainable equation for the Black family. But if we put our focus on these young men and we're able to put 140,000 young men into college over the next 10 years, that's generation changing. That changes it from 10 to 1 to 5 to 1 or 3 to 1, which becomes a much more sustainable thing. And if any of you brothers have daughters or any of you young men have sisters, you want them to be meeting men like the Kappa men that are on this call, right? Because if you listen to our conversation, it ain't about whips and dubs, right? We've already done that. Our conversation is about building community and what we can do for the young men around us and thanking each other for the work that we've put in and acknowledging that it means something to give back to your community. You want to be in the company of people like that. And especially you want your sisters and your daughters to have access to men like that instead of a bunch of these knuckleheads that are running around out here. So part of what we're doing is creating something that will lay a foundation for generations to come with 140 young men into college.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
Brother Burnett, let me ask, would you co-sign on that thing that I just laid out about why we're doing what we're doing?
Oh, definitely. There's no doubt about it. And, like I said, everyone's busy, but you always find time for things that are important to you. And so, and this is important to me. It's important to Brother Jones, and important to Brother Davis and the other Kappas that are on this call. Or as I said, I'd be watching the Chief game right now. But no, it's very important. And like I said, I'd want to compliment the brothers and compliment the young men. You guys have an outstanding Kappa League chapter and program, and you guys have won awards. And I know, Brother Davis, I know not only your program's on here, but from Jackson and I know they've won awards from before. You guys just have an outstanding program. You do an outstanding job. And so, we appreciate you. And again, appreciate the young men. And there's other things you could be doing on a Sunday night, but you made a great investment in being here on a Sunday night.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Great. Thank you for those words.
Let me ask,
and like you said, there is I think some of Jackson Kappa League is here. I believe there's some Natchez and Kent, Madison, Greenville. and Clarksdale, a few of them on here as well. So, and a message from the Grand Pole Mark to you, JJ. He said we should be on here. He had another meeting, but otherwise he would have been here and just said, "Hey, what's up?"
There you go. There you go. Well, listen, if you could get the "Hey, what's up" from the Grand Pole Mark, you did something.
Right, on his birthday, right?
On his birthday. Wow. Okay. So
yeah.
Let me ask you, Brother Davis, do you have any noops in the area that are involved in media at all?
So yeah, I reached out to a couple of them. We had two of them, but I believe both of them have just graduated. They were at Upsilon at Mississippi State. I know Mick, are you on still? Mick?
Yes, I'm here.
Is anybody in media over there now? I know Jarius Carter.
I know Jay Hines, Jeremy Hines.
Jeremy Hines?
Yeah, he just graduated though.
Okay, Jeremy Hines and I think Jarius Carter, both of them were in media.
Yeah, they.
And they both graduated. So I think those were the only two that we have there.
All right, well, here's how we could jumpstart this in terms of you getting involved with Kappa League TV. If you can set up a Zoom meeting with the brothers that you have that are already in the media in the area, and if they want to get involved with the Kappa League TV program, then everything that I'm doing, they're already kind of aware about. They know all the technical stuff. They have access to all the equipment. They know how to tell the story, and you have somebody that's on the ground with you that already knows what they're doing. And then they can teach a couple other brothers in the chapter how to do what they're doing, and also teach the Kappa Leaguers. Because that whole thing that I was talking about learning how to work a video camera and how to tell a story and how to edit it, school isn't the only place where you can get that. You can also get that by working with Kappa League TV, right? So there might be, for instance, a young man that wants to tell a story and shoot a short film, and maybe the short film is 3 or 4 minutes long, and it's about an experience that a friend of his had in high school, and somebody got shot and he had to address their parents, and whatever the drama was, maybe he wants to shoot that and do a premiere on Kappa League TV. That's what we're here for. So, maybe you have some young men that are into music and they like doing beats and they want to shoot their own video and they want some place to display it. That's what Kappa League TV is here. Kappa League TV is for, right? So, I'd be more than willing if you wanted to put together a meeting with the brothers that you have that are interested in media, that have some training in media, and some other brothers that would just, everybody got a couple noobs that are out of there with their camera at every function, and they shoot videos of everything, right? That's the guy that you want involved with this, right? He's already interested. All he needs is a little direction, and then you have Kappa League TV to display it. So once you've done that, then you can put it out to your email list of Noops and Kappa Leaguers and the Kappa Leaguers' parents and the Noops' wives, because to every parent, their child is a star. So we have a Zoom call filled with stars right now. And we just got to make the content where their parents and their aunties and cousins can come and see what you guys are doing. And clearly, you have a tremendous program here. If you started with 7 kids and you're up, and now you're at 7 schools and you got over 100 kids, that's a tremendous program. And the story of how you went from the beginning to where you're at now is something that Kappa League chapters could use, should see all over the country, right? So it'd be great if it wasn't just you telling me the story, but if you guys could shoot a video that tells the story of the growth of your chapter, you know, from the bottom to over 100, from 0 to over 100, whatever it is you want to call it, that tells the story of here's how we grew our chapter, right? And my feeling also is that as we develop big ideas of what we're going to do with the oldest and most successful African-American male mentorship program in US history, what a great reason for brothers who have not been involved to come back and get involved again. It's not just about the finances. It's not just about paying your dues. It's about creating a new generation of young men that are guided in the principles and the morals of the men of Kappa Alpha Psi. I think that's something that a bunch of brothers would get behind, a bunch of brothers who have gotten disconnected from the organized part of fraternity life. So your story is a very important story because it shows growth and expansion and commitment and what can happen when you do that, because look at how many kids are on this. This is like a national meeting, all the kids on this Zoom call, and it's just Mississippi. This is how national meetings look. It takes 3 pages to get all y'all on here. So we'd love to hear your story and love to see your story told.
It's a great idea, and we'll make that happen.
Right.
Any other questions in the room?
Any other Kappa Leaguers? Did you want to throw, maybe you're not comfortable getting right on. Did you want to maybe throw a question up in the chat?
This isn't necessarily a question. I just want to say hi. My name is Sean Smith. I serve as the first vice president of Northport Kappa League in Northport, Alabama. You know, on behalf of our chapter and the members we have here today, we'd like to thank you for hosting this session. I believe Mr. Vince Davis is in charge, so thank you. And of course, to Mr. John Marshall Jones, thank you so much for the wisdom that you've bestowed upon us today. Golden Triangle KO, I believe you visited us in the past, so we thought we'd return the favor this time, even if it is virtually, by joining this session. So once again, thank you. I believe I speak for myself and all of our members who are here today when we say that we've learned a great deal from you, and we are just really grateful to be here and that you've hosted this session. So yeah.
Well, listen, you are certainly welcome. And one of the young men from Montgomery Kappa League last year, he was an exemplary student, got onto the Common Black College app and put his application in and kept working it because you got to stay with it. It's not a one-time thing. But he ended up getting $1.2 million in scholarship offers, 1.2 million in scholarship offers from Black colleges. And so when people tell you Black colleges don't have money, those people don't know what they're talking about. Right. And so somebody right out of Alabama, he ended up going to Tuskegee with a full ride. And, you know, some of our Black colleges are some of the most prestigious colleges in the country, and we just don't promote it like that, but it's true. So when you're talking about the Tuskegees and the, you know, the Morehouses and the Howards, and, you know, we could just go on and on to how the people that graduate from there come out and really do things. So, so Sean, you're quite welcome. And, you know, I look forward to shaking your hand one day and giving you a beat down in NBA 2K.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Brother Davis.
Man, just to add on to that a little bit, I did graduate from HBCU Central State.
All right.
No Marauders.
There you go.
Brother Davis, Gerald Johnson from Natchez alumni. I just want to, like I said, thank you for sending out the invitation. We've been in talks. Brother Jones, I just want to thank you for your information. I was really excited when you mentioned the Common Black College application. And I was just wondering if you could, as soon as you said it, I went and looked it up. And I just wonder if you could expound a little more, because to me, that's really big. And a lot of people don't know, like I said, myself, I did not know about this. And just from reading, of course, you say you applying to 59 HBCUs, juniors and seniors, just $20, because as they're growing and getting to those junior, senior years, those applications, they vary and they can get expensive. Is there any more you can just expound on dealing with this program and how they need to, it's not, like you said, it's not just a one-time thing. They have to constantly update it.
Yeah, so one of the things, it's it's an app and you're on and you put it in and it goes out. And different colleges might be interested and ask different things. Do you have an updated, not a resume, but what is it when you get all your grades together on one sheet? What's that called again?
Transcript.
Transcript. So do you have an updated transcript? Or maybe we also need for you to write an essay about this subject. Or, the colleges are going to start to interact with you back and forth once you've reached out to them. So just so you guys know, most colleges are not going to just reach out to you to say, come here. You're going to have to start the process by reaching out to them. So why have your parents pay $40 or $50 every time you want to reach out to a college when you could start the process by having them pay $20, reach out to 59 different colleges, and then start thinking about what it is that you want to do. What do you want to study? And out of those 59 colleges, who has a top program in that field? So, if you want to study medicine, Meharry has a top medical school. Howard has a top medical school. So you just want to know which one of these schools or which few of these schools are really proficient in what you want to do. And the way to do that is to put that $20 down, put your application in, and start going through these schools. A lot of those schools also will waive any out-of-state fees that you might have. So you guys might not know this, but if you live in Alabama and you decide you want to go to school in Texas, they charge people from Alabama more than they charge people to live in Texas. But a lot of the HBCUs won't do that. So you can pick all around the area and go from state to state and not be charged an out-of-state fee, which when you think about it, that's kind of like getting a scholarship right off the top, right? They're not going to add anything to your fee. You'll get the base minimum that you can work with. Also, there's something called a land grant college. So back in the 1880s, slavery had just ended. The American government wanted to continue to develop the agricultural base of America. So they created land grant colleges. Many of them are HBCUs. So the federal government, even to this day, is funding these colleges, which means they're funding scholarship opportunities for young men to go to college. And you say, well, I don't want to go to agricultural college. I ain't trying to be a farmer. Agriculture has changed. You can go to agricultural college and study biology because that's part of agriculture now. You can study chemistry because that's part of agriculture now. You can study, there's so many different things that come under the umbrella of agriculture that you can go and study there, get your degree there, and then go to whatever graduate school you want to go to, be it, medical school or, the National Society of Black Engineers is very much engaged in our HBCU system. Kappa League has a strong relationship with the National Society of Black Engineers. So you can go and study all kinds of things. And there's so much money at some of these schools that they don't give out because people don't apply. So that's why we want to make sure that all of us know that there are schools that are good schools that actually have money to help you come to school, and that you'll be going to school with Black professors who are committed to your getting the best education possible, rather than at a lot of the predominantly white colleges where they get their status is by weeding people out. You know, I went to one of those and they tell you, look to your right, look to your left, he's not going to be here. Well, that's one kind of education. Another kind of education is look to your right, look to your left, we're all going to be here and we're all going to graduate together. So that opportunity is there through the Common Black College app. And again, for the freshmen and sophomores, it's only $3 to get on the app. You probably got $3 in your pocket right now. And for $3, you can start getting access to information about colleges that would accept you right now. So many of our HBCUs have very high academic entrance standards, but many of them are more interested in developing students than getting students that are already at the top of their academic potential. So those colleges are looking at kids, you know, that might have a 2.2 or a 2.3 or whatever your requirement is for your Kappa League chapter. There are a bunch of colleges that will already accept kids that meet your requirements. So as long as they're doing what the Noops tell them to do in your Kappa League program, there are colleges that will accept them right now. Why shouldn't a young man know who those colleges are when he's 14 years old? Why should he wait until 18 to find that information?
It's good stuff.
Sir. I also attended one of those land-grant institutions in Alcorn State University.
Okay.
Yes.
So the young men are actually in the company of men who have attended HBCUs and are out here being successful in society. They should know about where you went to school and what you did, and you have alumni associations at your school, and you probably know people that are working there in admissions that you went to school with. And so we already have those relationships. And right now, we've got a list right now, and it's still growing, but it's a list of about 13 Kappa Alpha Psi brothers that are either presidents or chancellors right now at HBCUs. And I can tell you that, you know, we sent out an email to them just to let them know that we're here. And toward the end of last year, one of them reached back out to me and said, hey, look, we haven't fulfilled our number of entrants this year. So if you have any kids that still want to go to college, we can accept them here in college. We have money to help them. And we also have some room in athletic scholarships. And so he couldn't put that out there because the NCAA doesn't allow you to do that. But they had athletic scholarships for young student athletes that still wanted to go to school and weren't accepted as of, you know, April, May of this year. So we, as an organization, have a tremendous network. And I haven't seen anything that works like the Common Black College app yet, in terms of, you know, for that small amount of money, giving our kids access to that kind of information. You know, there's nothing like it.
Can't beat it.
Can't beat it.
Any other questions? Again, Brother Jones, we thank you for this opportunity and your time. From Columbus, Mississippi alumni, from Mississippi State Eta Upsilon, and the whole Golden Triangle area, Kappa League, we'd like to thank you. And we'd like to send you a token of our appreciation. So offline, I'll get your address and we'll get that mailed to you for taking this time out and spending with us. So we really appreciate that.
There's a little frozen pot of gumbo. Because, you know, we don't get a lot of that in California.
We'll have to work on that.
Brother Vince?
Yes.
Hey, I'd be remorse if I didn't thank Brother Burnett and Brother Jones. I'm Doug Walker, poll marker, the Columbus Alumni Chapter. But we thank you so much for what you've done tonight and what you're doing for Kappa League and what you're taking time out to talk to our guys throughout Mississippi. I'm coming from Duluth, Georgia. I'm sorry, I'm in the car here. I went to my grandson's soccer game. We made it to the finals. We lost in the finals, but it was great. We had a great time. But I did want to say, Brother Jones, my daughter had me watching Pretty Little Liars, and that's how I know you. I see your face. But the other great thing is you were born on August the 17th, 1962, my birthday. So I know you're good Kappa. Okay,
well, listen, it was a lot of good stuff made in 1962, brother. I'm glad you were there.
Yes, sir. So when I saw that, I said, that's a good brother right there. But thank you so much for everything you've done for us. Thank you, Vince.
Yep, you're welcome.
Absolutely, Noop. And let's not let this be the last time that we talk. All right, now that you have opened the bridge and we have a dialogue, let's start building something down there in the Golden Triangle, because like I said, you guys are doing great work. That needs to be documented, and it needs to be documented in a story form that that allows us to really understand what an accomplishment this is to have built up a Kappa League environment where, you know, even on this call, you have kids from Natchez, you have kids from Alabama, you have kids from Columbia, you got kids from Jackson. Just getting all these kids on one call to be able to get this kind of information speaks to the kind of program that you're running. So let's not let this be the last one. Let's make this the first one.
Absolutely, absolutely. We got final words from Rodney Johnson, who is our guide right director for Columbus Alumni, and then Kevin Burnett, and then we'll sign off.
I'm sorry, was that to me?
Once again, I just want to say, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. You can go ahead, Brother Burnett, if you want to go first.
Nope, you go ahead. President Johnson, you go ahead.
Okay. Once again, I just want to say thank you. Okay, thank you for enlightening us with those words today. Like you just said, I was thinking the same thing. We got a template to work with now. You know, I don't think this will me. You know, this thing having people so yeah, it got our wheels turning. Of course, during this pandemic, it's been kind of hard to, you know, keep a lot of Kappa League interested without the, you know, meeting in person. But I think this Kappa League TV is really gonna give us some stuff to expand upon and some things, get them, you know, everybody back interested. So it definitely got some wheels turning for us today. So I think we got, you know, some really good things from this program tonight. So thank you.
Brother Burnett.
Sure. And again, thank you for inviting me. And again, it's the pandemic has been a hard thing to deal with, but with everything, it also opens up other opportunities. And so, you know, you have to look at the positive side of whatever you have to deal with. And so I can tell you, without the pandemic, we wouldn't all be on this call tonight,
right?
And we wouldn't be sharing this, and probably wouldn't have Brother Jones on here sharing his information, his knowledge. And so that's something that's just opened up a whole new world for us in Kappa League. And so, so like I said, we're going to everybody stay positive and stay safe. And again, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Thanks,
and if I can throw in here real quick, Noop, to your question about how to make your videos, I just put a link in the chat to a video that Brother Peebles did that talks about how to make your own videos. So anybody who's on here, any Noops or any Kappa Leaguers that want to get a look at how our producer that produces for CNN started creating videos for Kappa League TV, this is the way we're going to do it. And once you kind of get this system down, you'll be able to turn these videos out kind of every time you do an event that you want to capture. So most chapters have a signature event that they do every year. So maybe it's the college signing day. Maybe that's their signature event. or maybe it's Thanksgiving turkey giveaway, or maybe it's a big event that they do for Mother's Day, whatever it is. Doesn't really matter what the event is. What matters is that it's your signature event, and it's something that you guys do every year. And whatever that signature event is, let's make a report about that, about your signature event. And there's also a piece on Kappa League TV called The Motivated Mentors of Kappa Alpha Psi, where we put together videos from all over the country. It's about an hour long. Each of the videos is about 3 minutes long. And you really get a sense of what Kappa League is doing all over the country, because story after story after story is about these dynamic young men and these incredible brothers that are teaching them, and the effect that Kappa League is having on these young men and on their community. So I would encourage everybody to go over to Kappa League TV and check out that video.
Outstanding. All right, and with those last words, I'll bid everybody a good night, and thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Kappa Leaguers, and yo to all you noops out there.
Yo.
Thank you too for the information.
Yo.
Absolutely, and Brother Burnett, I'll hit you in just a second.
I've got we're gonna hit up on Tuesday.
Hit me on Tuesday. You already got to get over that Chiefs game. All right, yo.
Yeah.
Yo.
All right. See.